Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be looking at why Jay decided to go the wrong way, when Ophelia actually pointed out to him which way to go. Also, news reports say Jay's phone was found weeks before his body. But why is there so much confusion about this subject? And Rachel posted about the white car footage and wanted details on it. But then it was never spoke about again. So what was happening with all the information that Rachel was getting? So the first thing we are going to look at is how Ophelia actually pointed Jay in the direction that he needed to go, but then Jay decides to walk the wrong way.
To his friends, he did stop a local lady and ask her the way back to Playa de Americas, and she told him that the bus was at 10 o'clock, and then she pointed down the valley. He had to go back down the valley towards the coast. But she then told us that about 10-15 minutes later, she saw him walking the wrong way back up the hill towards the Massacre Gorge, which is where the police have focused their search the last 2 weeks. They say that's where his phone pinged, and that's where they've been concentrating all their efforts. And on Saturday, they had that one final push calling for volunteers to come and join them. And they had about 6 people who came and joined them, as well as about...
Right. What we have been told is that Ophelia told Jay about the bus times. Then she pointed in the direction that he needed to go. Then 15 minutes later, she sees him walking the wrong way. There is so many problems with this statement. Firstly, she actually pointed out what way to go, so why didn't Jay listen to her and go down instead of walking up the road? Something really doesn't add up there. Also, Ophelia says that she saw him 15 minutes later, and he was walking the wrong way. Well, why didn't she stop and tell him that he's going the wrong way? Instead, she just drove past him without a care in the world. Why would she do this? Did she not want to speak to him again? Because it was hard due to the language barrier? Maybe. But we hear from down the rapids that she speaks basic English. So I don't think that justifies her not wanting to speak to him. The big question is, did she actually see Jay, or was this all just a lie? Because we know that Ayub knew Ophelia, we don't know how long they actually knew each other for, but Luggy states that they knew each other. So what's stopping Ayub from telling Ophelia to say that she saw Jay, and maybe there were more people at the Airbnb that also put pressure on Ophelia to make a statement? Then you have Ophelia not wanting to speak to Jay's family, and I know some people have said that she didn't know it was them, but I'm not believing that, because she was happy to speak to down the rapids. But when Warren and Zach turn up, she closes the cafe and hides inside. You have got to look at the facts, because Ophelia told Jay where to go, but Jay went in the opposite direction. Is that really believable? Because I really don't think Jay would have chose to walk up a mountain when he could have just walked down. From where Jay was, he could see that there is civilization and places to eat and drink in the direction that Ophelia told him to go, but he walked up the mountain where there is basically nothing. The next thing we are going to look at is what we were told by a news reporter, where she actually says on video that Jay's phone was recovered weeks before his body was found.
And possessions were found next to the body today. Jay Slater's mobile phone was found weeks ago. So for the family, the agonising wait for the first and significant development in this investigation may be over. But of course, there's another wait now while the police and judiciary carry out that sensitive and difficult task of formal identification with so many other questions.
So you can hear this news reporter say that Jay's phone was found weeks prior to his body being found. So what's the truth? Because you have Rachel posting on Facebook on the 13th of July stating that Jay's phone hasn't been found at all and that it's fake information. That was only 2 days before Jay was found, so how could his phone have been recovered weeks before that? This is why there is so much confusion around the phone situation. If a news reporter is saying that his phone was discovered weeks before his body was, then she must have got that information from somewhere. They wouldn't just make it up. If his phone was actually found before, Then maybe Rachel said to Debbie that it's not a good idea if people know about it. So she tried to say that it was all a lie and that Jay's phone hasn't been found because it would start a load more conspiracy theories. What we do know for a fact is that the family have Jay's phone, and we know that because Ayub made a major slip-up in a TikTok live with Luggy and Rachel's friend. But Luggy really didn't want Ayub to speak about Jay's phone for some reason. What that reason is, we don't know, and I'm guessing we'll find out in the documentary. I'm sure you can see why everyone is so invested in this case. First, you have the confusion with the outfit that Jay was wearing, which is obviously a big red flag. And then you have a massive confusion over whether his phone was found before his body was discovered. The problem is, we don't have any right answers. No one has confirmed anything. They haven't said when his phone was officially found, or what outfit Jay was actually wearing when his body was found either. Personally, I think if Jay's phone was discovered before his body, then it indicates that foul play was involved in this case. That would be the first thing I would think, but it's not being investigated properly, so that would mean that his phone was found alongside his body. So what do you guys think? Do you believe Rachel, or do you think that this news reporter is talking facts? Let me know down in the comments. The last thing we are going to look at in today's video is how Rachel was asking about the white car footage that we have all seen. So maybe this was something that even the family were looking at, and it was never cleared up. So a couple of weeks ago, we did a few videos about this white car footage that left a lot of questions, and you can see that Rachel was asking for the location and time of this video. So at some point, this footage was important, and it was relevant to the case. I mean, if Rachel's even asking about it, then it's got to be important, surely. The problem with this is that it was never spoke about in the group again, and no one even cleared up what this footage was. We didn't get anything from Rachel, not even a comment where she has said that this footage didn't have anything to do with Jay. So that leads me to think that it either wasn't looked at properly and wasn't actually confirmed that it had nothing to do with Jay going missing, or again, more information is being hidden from us. This white car has been looked at multiple times, and obviously it isn't Ayub's because he was driving a black car, but it could have been Rocky's or someone who is linked to them because Rocky posted a picture outside the Airbnb where there were 3 white cars. It seems like everything that was put forward to Rachel wasn't followed up on because this has happened multiple times. Someone has given information to her, and it's never spoke about again. We have this car footage, and then another example is when someone called Kieran says that he saw Jay get into a car with 2 Moroccan men. Rachel says that he has helped them out, but then it is never spoke about again. So what was Rachel doing with all this information? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will update you as we find out more.